probably the most OP strat to climb right now, in my opinion. I want to talk about the most OP strat to climb right now, based around this guy from Southeast Asia's concept about playing the Superfans and flexing 2-cost carries. So this is just my warm-up game for today, but I figured I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone by talking about how pretty much every 2-cost carry in the game right now in some way is like an AP flex, and they all need needlessly large rods, a ton of them, for whatever you want to do. So stationary support, submit to the pit, and keepers. In the early game, we're not really trying to contest for board very much. We want to get something that's going to help us all out with making extra economy. Item economy is really good. I think stationary support we can skip. Frequent flyers could be okay because we're going to reroll a lot, but in this case, we're going to take Caretaker's favor here so that we can try to get best in slot items for our carries. We're going to try to make 10 gold here. Senna is one of the potential carries, so I'm going to try to hold her, but I also want to make 10, so I'm going to sell the Annie. I'm not buying the Sentinel Cassante headliner. It doesn't really matter. More than anything else with this strategy, you're kind of trying to lose streak a lot. The lose streaking is going to help you build up the economy that you need, because on stage 3-2 we're going to roll down for one of the 2-cost headliners. Those 2-cost headliners that we need are Crowd Diver Katarina, either version of Senna, a Pentakill Kale, or a Jazz Bard specifically. Depending on which one you get, there's different items that are really good for them, but all of them in some way need a needlessly large rod at least. So nice, we got a Lilia in now, that's really good for us. The only units that we're going to hold in the early game too are going to be the Superfans, plus maybe we'll hold a little bit of these 2 costs if we get a couple of them. Garen or Kai'Sa are good too, definitely good. Don't get me wrong. Kai'Sa I think is a little bit awkward because she doesn't have a super strong headliner where you're like, it really fits into your comp super well. And Garen I think is super fun. Garen is like the most fun unit. The problem is they don't fall into the specifically AP flex category line. Because when we're on these carousels, we're on loaded carousels by the way, so lots of extra items. This game is really good for us. When we're on these first couple of carousels, we can prioritize items for like 4 different units at the same time, which leaves us open to a bunch of different lines. Because like right here, we're probably just going to pick up whatever has an extra needlessly large rod, right? So here's another girl. We want to make 20. But we also kind of want to hold on to this Senna. The problem with that is I can't hold Senna without messing up my economy, so I'm not going to take this one. Because we might not end up actually playing the Senna, right? Senna might not actually be the headliner that we find first, and she's not necessarily the strongest one either. KDA Seraphine is really good, Pentakill Kale is really good, Crowd Diver Katarina is really good, and Jazz Bard's really good. Senna, it doesn't have as many like strong combinations. It's looking like we might win this one. Maybe not actually, because he's going to execute here. There we go. We can kill one more unit, that's really good. Nice Senna. So we're taking not the worst losses ever, but it doesn't necessarily matter that we're losing all this HP because we're going to spike our board way earlier than everybody else. Our board's going to be really strong really quickly. Going into this carousel here, we're prioritizing specifically needlessly large rods. So I'm going to take this Urgot. Oh yeah, I beat him to it. That's perfect. Got him a little bit dizzy. It's good for us. So needlessly large rods could be like Jeweled Gauntlet on Katarina, could be Rabadon's Death Cap on Bard, could be Archangel's Staff on the Kale. Another good priority if you can't get the Needlessly large rods is going to be tears. Tears are your next best item. We don't feel like slamming anything at the moment, just because at this, you know, we're still kind of in limbo here. While they all do kind of benefit from these needlessly large rod items, they don't all want the same completed items. So I think I'll sell this Cassante because I can buy a Kale. Might play a Pentakill Kale if we find her. And it benefits really well because they're all getting their Superfan items, right? So you just play around whatever 2-cost carry you find first. Right now we're only 20% odds to find a 2-cost, so we're not probably going to find anything yet. But I can show you exactly how you want to play it once you get that far. Kennen, Lilia, Neeko, even Gnar is actually important because if we get the Pentakill Kale, we're going to want to play a Gnar instead of a Kennen. That's it. The reason you don't take these other headliners and the reason that this is really strong is because if you get like a Dazzler Bard, you can pass it while you're looking for any of the other 2-costs with the actually like good headliner traits. That's good. We found a Lilia upgrade already. We also have a Bard here. The thing is I like Bard a lot. We're gonna have to sell to make sure that we only have one carry. And we can make 40 gold here. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sell Senna and Kale, and I'm gonna hold the Bard because me specifically, I prefer to play Bard out of any of these. Out of any of these carries, I think he's the most fun. The problem is we're pretty much at the mercy of whichever one we find first. Heartsteel into 80 flex and done top 3. Yeah, see that's the other easy way to play this game. But if you're not finding like really early Heartsteel headliners, or if you're not like putting Heartsteel in by at least the second carousel, I feel like you're kind of behind on the Heartsteel tempo. But I definitely have been having really good luck with that too. I had a pretty cool birthday present game where I played Heartsteel and birthday present at the same time. That was a lot of fun. Alright, we don't need any more Lilias. But we do need to make sure we don't lose this fight. I don't think this 1-2 is enough, so we're gonna have to level up to guarantee that we don't lose this fight. If you're level 5, you can pretty much never lose to Krugs as long as you focus the Krug on the right side of the screen. And we're not going to be popping this anvil just yet because we really want... Okay, selling these guys because they don't matter to our comp yet. We're not going to pop the anvil. 2 Neekos is huge, by the way. Because once we find our carry, then we can actually start looking for the best in slot items. Heartsteel guy is not good. We're going to roll down on 3-2. When we perfectly make it to the right level. Just accidentally spilled coffee on my desk. That's a little bit awkward, but I don't think it's leaking anywhere else, so it's okay. Oopsies. Okay, coffee is mopped up. Partial Ascension rolling for days and late game specialist. We're probably not going to go level 9 that quickly. Vampirism is super busted. So let's just take Vampirism, and then we'll start rolling for a carry. Katarina Crowd Diver is perfect. In this case, now we can pivot fully into Crowd Divers. We'll pick up Katarina. We found the other Superfan guy. So we play all the Superfans plus Katarina. Now we no longer need Bard, Jinx, Annie, this girl, this guy, or this guy. And we can give Katarina her favorite items. So, Needlessly Large Rod plus that makes Jewel Gauntlet. A Tier and a Crit makes another Hand of Justice. So, Katarina is fully stacked out. Had we not hit that Katarina naturally right there, we would have leveled up to level 6 and started to roll a little bit for our headliners. But because we already found the Katarina naturally, we can go up to level 7 and start rolling for our full team. Our full team consists of Katarina plus most of the crowd divers, which means Evelynn, Yone, Zed, Qiyana. We lost again, but because we have Vampirism and because we're starting to stack up our team, we're not actually that upset about it. Another Neeko is really good here. We're eventually going to give her an Ionic Spark, so we'll give that to her right now. We can play Mordekaiser for a little bit of Sentinel action. And we're just going to try to stay above level 50, make it to level 7, and start rolling for all of these units. This is the strongest way to play this flex comp, and I guarantee most of the time you're going to get pretty lucky like that. You're going to find these units really quickly, because at level 6 you have a 75% chance to find a 2-cost headliner, and every reroll you're rolling through only 13 units, and you find one of like the 5 potential like lines that you can play, you're immediately going to spike your board. This guy's already on 3-star Senna, which means he found a rapid fire Senna super early. But the thing is, he's got a Ginsu slammed on her, and that's not best in slot for her. See, we held our items, we held our gold, so we're going to be we're going to outscale this guy pretty quick is what I'm trying to say. He went all in a little bit too quickly. He's level 6 with 10 gold. And now we're going to look to finish off our Ionic Spark and also potentially put another good item on Neeko. So by picking up the set, we can finish Ionic Spark with the Needlessly Large Rod and the Negatron Cloak, and then we can even put a Redemption on her. Or, since we have the Spark completed, we can start looking at putting items on some of our other crowd divers to make us a little bit stronger on the board. Not super interested in 3-starring Lilia just because it doesn't immediately make us that strong. And it's a lot of gold to waste on a unit that we don't necessarily need. So we're going to give her a Redemption. We're going to make sure that our healthiest units are standing next to her so that the Redemption gets as much value as possible. The Redemption does an AoE pulse that heals your units, so it's good to stack units next to Redemption. And we're going to start looking for some Zed items here. Edge of Night is Zed's favorite, so maybe we can pop this and find... Maybe we can pop this component anvil and find a Edge of Night with the Chain Vest, but at the same time, we're not in any rush, you know? We're level 7, the rest of the lobby is probably still level 5, level 6, level 7, maybe a little bit. But we have some of the best economy in the game right now, and now we can start rerolling for really strong units. Hoping to find Evelynn really quickly here. Evelynn's probably going to be the biggest spike on our board. 47. So it looks like we do have to sell something here. I'm thinking I'll sell this set so I can hold my Neeko pairs. 3-star Neeko does make a difference on this board. That guy's already got 3 Neekos, so it's not super possible, but it's not impossible either. This guy's rolling for Crowd Diver Yones. which means he might take a couple of our Katarinas away. I don't think that'll be such a big deal though, because we're pretty far ahead of him on gold right now. He's actually, does he have, he might have 50 gold. It's alright though, we're still not worried. Katarina's really strong. Katarina should be able to clear these boards without a problem. And if you're anything underneath Diamond, I'm pretty sure that this is just free elo. I'm pretty sure you can use this to climb really quickly. It's very repeatable. It doesn't require you to think that much. You should be able to find these units every single time. Real quick, like and subscribe to the video if you made it this far, if you're still watching. I'm trying to make 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we are currently sitting at about 79 of 1,000, so I appreciate all of the support in the last couple of days. Not finding a lot of our units. There's another Katarina though, that's big. Sitting at 5 Katarinas. So, Edge of Night for Zed. Maybe we'll try to give him like a Bloodthirster here. For now, let's just put these items on Mordekaiser. Nice, nice, nice. Kinsu's Rage Blade doesn't do anything for us. And you can see I'm not super worried about losing, so I'm still kind of just putting these 2 costs on my board. I'm holding them so that I have a better odds of finding my own Katarinas later on. As long as you don't 2-star any of these 2 costs that we're not going to play in our comp, you're not losing any money. You're just giving yourself better odds of finding the units you need to restart your headliner. Best in slot items for Bard. Bard gets a adaptive helm from his Superfan items. You're going to want to give him a blue buff and Rabadon's Death Cap. That's his strongest items. Let's see. Pandora's Return on Investment and Little Buddies. None of these are very strong. Pandora's items gives us an extra item, so that's probably what we're going to take at the moment. Maybe it could be Little Buddies, because we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. Or no. Yeah, we're playing 3, 4. Yeah, we'll have an Evelyn. So it could be that for the Zed. Freeze a crowd. Support cash. Just take support cash here. Got the Yone, that's perfect. Do Chalice of Power or Shroud of Stillness. Shroud of Stillness is the biggest late game spike, and we're starting to want to worry about late game spikes as much as we can right now. More Neekos. There's our Zed. We can switch out this Mordekaiser. We've got 4 Crowd Divers in, so 30% bonus damage at the start of the fight to all of our divers. Zed has really good items. It's okay that he gets focused here because he's going to get the Edge of Night procced. It is 4-2, so a lot of these guys did do their roll downs. That does mean that our fights are going to get a little bit closer, a little bit sketchier, and we might actually want to start rolling for our units a little bit deeper. Now that everybody's got their board spiked, people have already rolled a lot of gold, there's a lot of extra 2 costs out of the pool. Chances for us to hit these Katarinas is about as high as it's going to be. There's a Yone 2-star for free. I like that. We still don't have Evelyn, huh? Let's make 50 for this one last turn, and then after the carousel we can see where we're at. Potentially then we can roll down. This Shroud of Stillness should probably be on the other side of the board because most people are, as you can see, kind of congregating on the normal side, the left side. But look at this. So we're probably still going to beat this guy's Senna, even though he's got 3-star and we're only on our 2-star guy. And that's because he doesn't actually have good items on his Senna. Oh, that was a close one. The thing was in the air, about to hit her. But he's got that Senna already done. This guy was rolling for a couple of 2 costs, right? Now we're going to look for one more Zed item here. It's probably like a Hand of Justice or maybe an Infinity Edge. Let's see, is there anything really strong right away? Red buff looks good. I'll take red buff. Oh, Giant Slayer would have been better. That's okay. That's okay. And as soon as we spike with this Katarina, I'm pretty sure we're going to win just about every single fight. Problem is, there we go. Starting to find her a little bit more. Start rolling a little bit deeper here. Okay, one off Katarina, so I'm fine to roll it all the way down to 0. 2-star Zed, that's awesome. There it is. 3-star Cat. Make sure that Neeko's on this side of the board. Let's put that red buff on Zed so he attacks more often. And this is looking like a pretty solid game now. I'm going to say that right there at 4-5 is when you should most often be spending a lot of your gold if you haven't hit your 2-star carries just yet. Because that's about the time in the game where it gets really sketchy. Most people are going to be going up to level 8 at this point. These Heartsteel boards are going to be stacked up. Oh, look, the funny Garen build. Phenomenal. We love to see it. Unfortunately, we haven't found Evelynn yet. Evelynn is a big spike for the sport since it's going to put the KDA hexes out there. And it's pretty unnatural that we haven't seen one at this point. We definitely rolled enough gold for it. We have rolled plenty of gold, but sometimes that's just how it goes. 2 Neekos is technically kind of fine as far as that is concerned. But for the rest of the game, all we can really do now is hope we find that Evelynn and go up to level 8 or 9 to try to find Qiyana. I'm pretty sure that we're going to win most of these fights at this point. Even the strong looking Garen isn't that strong against our board. Even though he's got 3-star Corki, 3-star Garen, he just gets decimated because we found the perfect headliner, we gave her the perfect items, and we could have done it with just about any of those 2 costs I was talking about, you know? Okay, Bard, Blue Buff, Rabadon's Death Cap, Katarina, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Hand of Justice. Senna is Nashor's Tooth and Rabadon's because she's going to get the... she gets that one item already from it. She gets a Spear of Sojin to generate mana, so you want Nashor's Tooth so she attacks faster, and Rabadon's Death Cap because True Damage doesn't scale with crits, so critting is bad. Kayle gets a Ginsu's Rageblade from her Superfan item, so you want to give her other scaling items. That's going to be stuff like... Okay. Last Whisper. Want to give want some armor pen for the Zed somehow. We'll see what happens though. So she wants Archangel's Staff, probably Rabadon's Death Cap's really good. Morella Namakon's really strong on Kayle. And then Seraphine, I haven't played too much, but I'm pretty sure her Superfan item is Rabadon's Death Cap. So she wants like Nashor's Tooth and Spear of Sojin as well. As long as they're generating a little bit of mana. Katarina doesn't need it because her double Hand of Justice makes sure that she life steals a bunch, so she can kind of tank damage to generate mana and then heal all back up. You see it a lot in these fights where she'll drop down like a couple hundred, maybe even 1,000 health, and then she'll just heal all back up instantly. Vampirism is really good. Stacking Omnivamp on her is really strong in my opinion. And I'll play this comp all day long. You know, it feels really strong. Feels like we can't lose. This is pretty close to best in slot for the Senna. The Ginsu's Rageblade is a little bit awkward just because, you know, you're already going to have like rapid fire scaling and stuff. Might as well give her an Asher since it gives more AP. We want those abilities to hit a little bit harder. Let's see here. Nice, we're shrouding this girl. That's really important, so she's not going to cast as fast. And for the most part, it looks like unless she seriously just one-shots my Katarina, we're probably going to be fine. Oh. And she did one-shot the cat. But it's okay, because we're pretty close to top 4 here. We can always pop some more items to gain a little bit more board strength. We definitely really need that Evelyn. There we go. Now we've got KDA hexes active. Now we can let's maybe move her to this side. 5 Superfans, KDA active. Really close to this Neeko here. Pretty sure we're not going to lose. Let's see. Even Shroud for the Yone. Yeah, he already died. So it doesn't matter. Oops, sorry about that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Zed carry. Zed finish him. Oh yeah, Zed's strong. Good stuff. So we made it to a top 4, just like that. Easy peasy. No Qiyana on the carousel, that sucks because that would have been our board cap, but we can still get stuff like maybe just another item for this Yone, for this potential Qiyana later. And I'm thinking at this point, we're gonna go all the way up to level 8. There's another component for us, and we're gonna roll down. We really want to find a Qiyana. It's really low odds, but at least we still have a good chance for the Neeko also. And no luck. That's okay. Oh no, I didn't mean to take this guy out. Oh my gosh. Want to make sure that even Shroud's in. My keyboard is actually kind of breaking from the coffee that I spilled on it earlier. That's unfortunate. We'll fix that in a second. Oh my god. Let's just drain the rest of the liquid off of this keyboard and hope that it doesn't completely go kaput on me in a second here. Whoopsies. More Evelyns. Come on, more Neekos. Another one of these guys. Let's pop our items. Yeah. No, there's nothing particularly strong. Just because we don't have the Qiyana yet, so I'm gonna go Giant Slayer, this, and then you might as well just pop that too. This is probably gonna be our last fight here. Pretty sure this guy beats us because he's already got his 6, or he's got his rapid fire capped, he's got his Senna capped. Just hoping that maybe we can kill this guy's Senna. Nice, alright. Well, with the Senna dead, that's pretty much a guaranteed win. And maybe it's even a top 3 now? Oh. Not quite top 3 just yet, but we're getting there. Let's see, how many Neekos are gone? Just one, right? Alright, we can hit. We can definitely hit this 3-star Neeko. Our items did get a little bit awkward at the end there. Finding a Qiyana to spike our board definitely makes it so that we're top 3 guaranteed. And on any of these other boards, there's other ways to spike. More items, that's cool. Alright, Neeko, Neeko, Neeko. One more. Please. Oh, Qiyana's really good. Alright, goodbye, Neeko. Give her that item to activate Bling buff. Maybe another good item for her. No? Okay, so Thieves' Gloves is the strongest thing we can put on. We didn't manage to hit the Neeko, but we do have 6 Crowd Divers in, so 50% bonus damage on the Cat and the Zed especially is going to be really impactful here. We're at the bottom of our health bar. We have the most value from Vampirism possible here. Katarina lifesteal. Oh, so close, guys. But, you know, you get the idea. And I hope that you like and subscribe for more tutorial content like this. And I'll see you in the future.